most of the places in India.
Oh, okay.
So from Vapi, if you go to Daman,
Yeah.
all right, or where are you from, Nagmani? In Telangana, which place?
Hyderabad.
Okay, so from Hyderabad, if you take the bridge, Nagarjuna Bridge, and cross over to Secunderabad, you will see a lot of hoardings.
Yes, sir.
Right.
And you will also see from Vapi to Daman a lot of hoardings.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How many do you remember?
Very few, sir.
What about you, Nagmani?
Okay, sir. I mean, not more, but it is. I observed.
Okay, so the point I'm trying to make is that unless it concerns you, unless it resonates with you, you will not remember it.
Correct.
Right. So of maybe there will be 100 hoardings, you might remember 5 or 10 because it draws some kind of feelings with you.
Right.
So in another way, you can describe marketing as engineering, re-engineering the feelings of a customer.
Right.
Okay, favorable to your product.
Right.
So that's what is in a very, very small nutshell. That's what is marketing all about.
Correct.
And that's what marketing is, how marketing adds value.
Correct.
You know, there can be products. Then I gave examples of so many things. I gave an example of, Maruti Swift. Okay, Volkswagen Beetle and BMW's Mini Cooper.
Okay.
If you sit inside them, the size is the same, the facilities and the amenities provided is the same, the usage is the same, right? But Mini Cooper sells for 35 lakh rupees.
Right.
Volkswagen Beetle sells for something like 28, 29 lakh rupees.
Right.
And our Swift sells for 7 lakh rupees.
Correct.
And all the three are selling.
Right.
So what this is marketing, where you have created a feeling that I don't feel cheated. I feel it is worth spending 35 lakhs. Okay. So there is a resonance in me. Now that can be done by a variety of ways.
Right.
Okay. So that is what is marketing all about.
Correct.
Now, I don't know what happened to the rest of the people because we are already halfway through. Shall we start then?
Yes, sir. Please, sir.
Yes.
So you are from which place?
I am living in a place called Karjat right now, but
Karjat. Okay.
I belong to Bihar.
Oh, okay.
So,
where it is, sir? I didn't.
It is between Mumbai and Pune in Maharashtra.
Okay.
So there is a very famous Ganesh Mandir, right?
Yes,
In Karjat.
close by. Yes.
Yes.
Close to Karjat.
Close to Karjat, right?
Okay. So let me share. Is it visible?
Not yet, sir. Yes, now it is visible.
Okay. So these 2 slides, 3 slides. Now this is, again, I'll just keep repeating this. Marketing is, this is what one of the gurus of business, Philip Kotler, said. Marketing, business has only 2 functions. One is marketing and the other is innovation. The rest of the functions, yes.
Sir, or we can say marketing and production?
No.
Okay.
Okay. It is
because most of the corporates focuses only on these 2 departments.
Production is done for what reason, Yogesh?
Only for sales,
to make
improve
products,
turnover, to improve turnover. Yeah.
To make products that the customers like.
Right.
Right. Now, if it is to make the product that the customers like, then who is the connecting people? Who tells the production what is to be made?
Right.
Marketing.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
Correct.
And who tells the customer what he should buy?
Correct.
Okay. Now you come to the second part, innovation.
Right.
Now, popularly, it is believed that innovation happens in the R&D. New things are brought up, etc. No, that is incorrect.
Okay.
Okay. The correct point is that when the marketing is in touch with the customer, I had told you that there is a theory which is called Maslow's, pyramid
Right.
of needs.
Right. Right. Right.
So each time when we get something,
Hmm.
we get used to it, then we
Right.
want something more.
Right.
And very often, the customer doesn't know what to ask for. There is a wish inside and he's not. Now, marketing is supposed to discover that because of the interaction that it has and go back to R&D and say, see, these are the other features or these are the other benefits that are required of this product. Can you do it?
Right.
Okay. So even innovation supports marketing.
Right.
So if somebody is in business, these are the two things. If they are doing it well, the rest will happen automatically.
Right.
Because it's simple. I mean, you may have a Amitabh Bachchan starrer, but if the audience doesn't like it, no matter what the production cost, what everything you have done, it doesn't work.
Okay.
And to create, yes.
Sir, it is like murgi pehle, anda pehle. What will come first? Marketing will come first, or innovation will come first?
Always marketing.
Always marketing. Okay.
Okay. So like when you go out into the market, okay, you look at what is available.
Correct.
And then you interact with the customer and try and sense what is it that extra they want.
Correct.
Okay. Now, if you can find that extra at the right price, we'll come to pricing also, at the right price and go back into the market and tell the customer, look, you wanted this is available.
Okay.
What do you think will happen?
But there should be a need of that person.
No, so this is what I'm saying, that is what
Yes.
the marketing is supposed to do. That,
Right.
okay, these products are available in the market.
Correct.
Now, people have been using it and
Okay.
you are going to launch a new product.
Okay.
Okay. Now you're going to launch a product in
Right.
that same category.
Okay.
So you go and find out from the customers that all these products that you've used, what is it that is new that you want? Okay, what is it that you wish the product also had? And they give you a list.
Right.
You go back to your R&D and the factory and say, okay, now these features that are already there must be there. And this is the extra that I want. The factory is able to make it.
Correct. Okay.
And then you tell the customer, look, this is what you wanted and is available.
Okay. Correct.
Then what do you think would be?
Then marketing will come first.
Yeah. Then what do you think? The customer will buy.
Yeah.
So the innovation started with marketing, where you discovered, and then you got your factory to make it, and then you communicated to the customer that this is available.
Correct.
So one of the things I had told you in the last lecture also was that people do not buy products. And by product, I mean goods and services.
Right.
Goods are those that you can touch and feel.
Yeah.
You can touch and see.
Right.
Services are those which you can only experience.
Correct.
Right. So people do not buy that. They will pay any amount if they like it. Okay. So that is what is creation of the marketing. I gave you the example that we have iPad, we have Asus, we have Lenovo, we have HP, so many laptops. All the customers know that all the parts come from Taiwan. Okay, all the machinery also are the same.
Right.
And since it is all automated, most of it is kind of
Right.
joined together
Hmm.
in the same fashion. Machine to ek hi jaisa kaam karegi.
Right.
So
Okay.
why do we pay a
Right, sir.
little higher for iPhone, iPad,
Hmm.
and little lower for another brand? That is the connection. That is the innovation that that particular brand can bring in.
Correct.
You know, a mobile phone is a mobile phone. Why do you pay 1 lakh something something for
Right.
iPhone
Right.
and 10,000 for an Oppo
Right.
for getting
Correct.
the same thing? So
Correct.
that is what marketing can do.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Okay, so since you don't have more questions, we will again revisit just as a recap from,
Mhm.
or rather not as a recap, taking forward what is a consumer.
Mhm.
Now, one thing I will tell you, there is a difference between a customer and a consumer.
Mhm.
Can both of you tell me what's the difference?
What customer and
Consumer.
consumer is a person who is an end user.
Yes, correct.
Okay, and a customer maybe is someone who is a mediator between the manufacturer and end user.
No,
Sometimes,
do you think a retailer is a customer?
Yeah, for wholesaler, he is a customer, na?
Yes, you're right.
Hmm.
But I was wanting a little more. Yes, Nagamani, tell me.
yes, sir. The same thing I want to say, sir.
Okay, now I'll tell you. Both of you, I'm sure, have children.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now when you buy toys, you are the buyer or the customer,
Hmm.
but the child is the consumer.
Consumer.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, so if I have to target, if I'm making a toy, who should I look at?
Sir, but in case of children, normally children insist to buy that particular product, right?
Yes.
कि पापा मेरे को ये चाहिए, मेरे को वो चाहिए.
So
Otherwise, I will not. Otherwise, I will not go in the market and buy something which they don't like.
exactly. So I will
Yes,
appeal
sir.
to the good senses of the child. Okay, so
Correct.
my advertisement, my
Correct.
way of communicating will be that which will appeal to the child, which will resonate with him, which will force the parents to buy
Correct.
it. Okay, now take it
Correct.
into a factory situation. I'll give you, or rather a smaller situation. Let's take that you are a truck owner,
Mhm.
okay, and I am your driver.
Okay.
Now, if a tire had to be bought,
Mhm.
you are the owner. So, you know, whose view will go?
Uh, if I am a owner, then I will choose the tire because I have to pay the money to change the tire.
Yeah, so you had to pay for the child also, no? The
Yes,
child
sir.
didn't pay. Yeah?
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
so Nagmani, what do you think?
I'll take feedback. As being a owner may not have sufficient knowledge.
Exactly. Now, I'll tell you why. If I can appeal to the driver, you know, tire is the second most expensive thing that goes into a vehicle, any vehicle, including a commercial truck.
Okay.
So if the driver tells me to buy an Apollo tire and I want to buy a Seat tire, chances are that I will go and buy Apollo. Two reasons.
Right.
Firstly, day in, day out, the driver has to live with the tire, not me. I will get the truck loaded and send it off.
Correct.
Number two, if that tire bursts for some reason is cut,
Hmm.
then I've lost the entire money.
Mhm.
And if the driver is not happy with it, he will be careless. But if I buy according to him, then I can at least blame him that you are the one who told me to buy this tire. Now you understand that that is the difference even in business situations.
Correct.
There can be a buyer in a factory, but the user department has the final say.
Right.
And that is why when you have even governments, you have quotations, you have L1, L2, L3, lowest one, lowest two, lowest three, and the user department finally decides.
Right.
So because that is the consumer. So anyway, let's get into the thick of the thing. So it is definitely necessary and the job of the marketing person to understand the customer and consumer and not take him for granted ever,
Right.
ever. Because the biggest flirts on earth are consumers. Today they might be with my product, but tomorrow if there is something attractive, they would just move away.
Right.
Yes.
So that is what is you cannot, I mean, at no point, and any company that has done that. Now I'll give you some examples. All of us are at that level where we have seen ambassadors cars and premier Padminis,
Right, sir.
and that time there were shortages and
Yes.
customers were taken for granted.
Right.
Even the junior next generation have not forgiven them. They've just
Right.
completely eliminated them
Yes.
because
Yes.
they took us for granted, they mistreated us, and now they have no place in our hearts.
Right.
So
Sir,
marketing is more yes.
that case happened with Bullet also.
No, Bullet is
Previously, Bullet had also lost the market.
that's right. That's right.
Right.
And then Siddharth Bhargav came and made it. You're
Yeah.
right. So wherever people are taking, there used to be a Rajdoot motorcycle completely wiped out. Nowhere there. Okay. So that is what I am meaning, that because understanding the consumer is necessary because we can no longer take them for granted. So here's the thing. Now look at this. Yes, you are muted. You're muted, Yogesh.
Sir, how would I understand that my customer are not happy with me?
Yeah, so
How?
today only we will talk about that.
Yes, sir.
Today
Yes, sir.
only we will talk. I'm just building from what
Yeah,
we
yeah.
left last time.
Yes, yes.
So here are the statistics.
Mhm.
Out of the 11,000 new products that are introduced every year by 77 companies, 56% only are left in about a 5-year span. You may insist and all that. Only 8% of the new product concept offered by 112 leading companies reach the market. Out of this, 83% fail to even meet the marketing targets, objectives. So all managers, particularly in marketing, must become astute analysts of consumer motivation and behavior.
Okay.
This is the key. So constant touch with the market. Not only sales people going, but even marketing people going is a necessity. Constantly keeping in touch with the customer. Gone are the days when we used to say कि अगर हम अच्छा quality बनाएंगे तो बिकेगा. If we make good quality, product will sell by itself. It doesn't happen.
Right, sir.
Okay. I'm sure you must have experienced some very, very well-made films.
Right, sir.
They have all not worked because it didn't hit the right chord. And there are
Correct.
some very stupid films, but it
Right.
some right chord of the audience, and
Correct.
therefore it sold.
Correct.
So can marketing be a standardized thing? This is the reason why you can't take the customer.
Correct.
Marketing can never be a standard. I keep telling my students here and everywhere, what is 2 plus 2? Nagmani?
Sir,
2 plus 2.
4.
Okay. And what about you, Yogesh? What do you think 2 plus 2 is?
2 plus 2 is 4.
Okay. This is all right from maths point of view. In marketing, it can be either 3 or 5.
How come, sir?
And
Yeah.
the reason is that human beings
Okay.
are creatures of their feelings more than their minds.
Okay.
We are driven by our feelings. We like a thing and therefore we justify it. We like Modi ji, we will justify. Those who
Correct.
don't like, even if he does the right thing, they will criticize.
Correct.
For those who like Modi ji, even if he does the wrong thing, we will they will
That
find
also
a,
can be justified.
yes.
Yes.
So that is how it is. So because culture, styles, habits, taste, all these vary from one human being to another.
Right.
Okay. And that is why you cannot standardize marketing, that this is the rules today, this is how we'll play. Tomorrow we don't change, because if you don't change, somebody else will, and he will take away your customer, because customer is a flirt.
Correct.
So therefore, the only thing constant in marketing is a change. Whatever you have achieved today, by tomorrow it becomes ancient history.
Right.
Okay. Also, I'll tell you, this is the only department
Yes, sir.
in the organization, any organization, which is looking into the future. All other either are looking at present data or looking at the past data.
Correct.
You understand?
Yes,
This is
sir.
the other thing about marketing department as a whole, including sales. They are the bread earners of that family or that organization, because the revenue comes from there.
Right, sir.
All the others spend.
Correct.
So they are the breadwinners. So that
Correct.
is why you cannot have a standardized practice. It might be working today. If you're not innovating all the time, you might be able to. And that is why you must have seen that some models of cars, of scooters, motorcycles, of any product is doing well, and it is still a new generation of that has come out.
Correct.
Again, because of the same Maslow's law of needs, that people have gotten used and then they start getting bored. And at that time, if there is somebody else who comes along, there you are, you miss out.
Correct. Correct.
So here is a small behavioral this thing. This is already there with you all in the last PPT. I don't know if it's visible. Is it visible?
Okay.
Yes, sir. Information processing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is how the customer behaves. This is the entire diagram. If you study this, I was expecting some questions out of this. So next time, maybe, once you study this.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So why, this is why what you were asking, how do I know? What is the need? First, to survive in the market, that's the need. And it is important for marketers to understand the buyer behavior due to the following reasons. First, study of consumer behavior for any product is vital importance to marketer in shaping the fortunes of the organization. Means agar aap wo trend, if you can sense the trend, which way the customer is looking at, and this will happen only by surveys, only by meeting customers. You pick up insights, because as I told you, surveys might be able to tell you quite a lot of things, but they will not give you the insight when you say, I'll give you an example. I was the head of the marketing for an electric car company called Reva. Okay. Now, Reva had a very small production base of only about 600 cars. Okay. So of the 600 cars, means if you spread 600 cars in India, you won't see it. Kuch pata impact, it won't make any impact.
Right.
So the first thing I did was saying we are not an all India company. We are only a company based in Karnataka.
Okay.
We'll only sell in Karnataka. We'll not sell everywhere. Then also in a city like Bangalore, where there are lakhs of cars, 600 cars would not show.
Correct.
So when I, from, let's say from the sea, I came into a lake. Now I needed to build a smaller pond where I became the biggest.
Correct.
So I said that, okay, all cars are like, for everyone, for male, female, everybody.
Right.
So I said, how about making a woman's car? So what am I doing? I'm contracting the sphere, and I would like to go and say India's first woman's car.
Okay.
So when I went to the boardroom, of course, there was a lot of objection. Ye kya bol raha hai, pagal ho gaya, and all that. But I could convince them. Then began what we will do later on today only, the market research. I wanted
Okay.
to understand from women who are also driving, what is it that they would look for in a
Okay.
car, which would
Okay.
typically make them feel good.
Right.
And they gave me a list of, I mean, I talked to many, maybe hundreds of women.
Oh.
Okay. And I came up with a list of about 20 odd uh, things that they wanted.
Oh.
Went back to the R&D and said, okay, now we want to, and the production, we had a meeting. I want to include this in the car.
Okay.
The R&D and the production said that first 10 things they can do immediately, and the cost would be about $1,000 extra. So again, I went back into the market and I asked these ladies that if all these were there, how much extra would you pay?
Okay. Correct.
And can you believe, make a guess, we have a lady here, Nagamani will tell us, how much extra would you pay for a car which is meant for women and has all those facilities for women?
Sir, can you tell us what are the extra facilities you were giving in that
Yeah,
car?
okay. So, the Indian women attire doesn't have a collar. So when they put their seat belts, it
Okay.
it kind of rubs on their neck.
Right.
So you'll see a lot many ladies hold the belt out.
Correct. Correct.
Okay. So I asked them, why do you do that? And they say that that is what happens. So
Okay.
we found out that if we could add some sponge so it doesn't hurt them there,
Oh.
this would be a
Okay.
good facility.
Right. Right.
Now, most ladies wear do not have pockets,
Correct.
and ladies always have the house keys.
Right.
So either they carry a huge purse, or there is a danger of them losing, and many of them express anxiety that losing the key is a big anxiety.
Correct.
So he said, okay, let us make a small drawer with combination lock, which only the lady knows, in which she can keep the key in the car itself.
Okay.
Like that, small things. Then many
Right.
of the ladies wear heels. So they said when driving, our calf starts paining if it's a long drive, and Bangalore or even Hyderabad, Vapi doesn't
Okay.
experience so much, but if you must have seen Bombay, too much clutch brake, it hurts the leg
Right.
with the heel. So he
Right.
said, okay, under the seat, can we make a drawer in which we can keep the heels? And we
Okay.
have those hotels where you have that cloth chappals.
Oh.
So we keep that there.
Oh.
Okay. And when the lady is driving, she can keep the heels in that drawer and take out this and drive. And wherever she has to go out, she can wear the heels again and go.
Correct.
So things like this, small things.
Mm,
Now tell me, how much would you pay?
maybe 25 to 30,000, sir. Max.
There, yeah,
Max.
she's very rich. Well, they gave me a
Max. I mean, depending on the brand, sir.
yeah.
If these features we want in Hyundai, it will take 25,000. In Maruti Suzuki, it will be 10,000 only. It will come like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So in they gave me a figure of 7,500 rupees, and it was going to cost me only $1,000 to do
Oh,
those 10 things. Now that is marketing.
Correct.
okay.
You understand? I have
Yes, sir.
only created things that will resonate with them, and then I could communicate that this is. Another thing during that research I discovered, which was in my own home. See, my daughter was doing her final year engineering in Pune, and therefore I couldn't move my family. I used to stay in that company's guest house. But
Okay.
once a month, it was allowed by the company that I could come to meet my family for 3 days. That I could combine with Saturday, Sunday, so I could come and stay for 5 days.
Okay.
So in one of those visits, there was some function in my daughter's college because she was in her final year. And my wife had prepared her sari, nice one, everything, and kept it on the bed that before going, she will change and go into that. My daughter walks in, oh, lovely sari. And she took that away.
Right.
My wife tried to say, no, look, I can give you this sari, that sari, but my daughter insisted and she wore it. My wife was just, upset for maybe a half a second or half a minute, and then she was normal.
Okay.
I thought to myself that if my son had done that, I would have made him remove that suit or coat or trouser or whatever. Okay, for sure. So
Right.
I realized that women are too accommodating and they are always, willing to sacrifice in the
Correct.
Indian culture.
Right.
So I asked a lot of ladies there that if there was something that you own which can't be taken away from you. I told them all this story and everybody kind of agreed. So I said, if there was something that can't be taken away from you, would you want that? They said they would die for it. Okay. Now, in this particular case, when I had done my analysis of what the customers were, you'll be surprised to know it was a small car and all. First thing I discovered that about 90% of the cars that were bought were either bought directly by women or for women.
Oh, okay.
Of that 90%, 95% were women in the age group of 30 and 38.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So obviously they were married, obviously they had kids, obviously they were running a family.
Correct.
So therefore, when talking to them that if you could have something which can't be taken away, how does it work for you? And they said they would die for it.
Correct.
Now I realize who I must appeal to. That these
Correct.
are things done for you. So that's what we are going to do when we are studying. So these are the reasons why you can read this.
Right, sir.
So we have had enough questions, or you want any more questions?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. Like I just told you, this is the era of engagement.
Right.
Now, all of us here are married.
Right.
Right. After a while, all that initial romance dies. Okay. But we don't go here and there just like that. Why? Because we keep the partner engaged in us one way or the other, whether we are there or we are not there. Do we agree there? We try to find occasions to leave some kind of a thing which will, when we are not even there, they're still engaged with us. They're still involved with us.
Okay.
Do we agree? Marketing is about that.
Okay.
So once the goods are sold, you don't forget the customer.
Okay.
You try and involve him and keep him engaged in variety of manners. Some companies form a club of owners association and therefore have activities there. Some people go and offer some particular reward program. All those are engagement methods.
Correct.
So here is what happens. Today, we are bombarded by advertisements, by so many messages that
Correct.
this is what happens. Everybody is shouting at us.
Right.
And therefore, the mind gets blocked and we will only remember those few hoardings and not all the hoardings.
Right.
And this is what has happened. Today, we get these calls from banks, from various other people, those telecalls. Do you want loan? Do you want this? We get irritated. We now don't want it. Okay. We are fed up of that. And therefore, sometimes we give very, very rude answers. Okay. So this is what is the situation. Now, here is what. First, it is believing customer is king and therefore trying to cater to him like the subject, and therefore keeping him at a pedestal even after he is bought and may not return to us for some time. Now, inboxes like emails, even the mobile phones, SMS, everything is crowded. So you can't, by bombarding him, you're only irritating him. It may or may not be the right way of doing it.
Correct.
Well, you need to listen as much as you speak. Sorry. All the other methods are just speaking one way. We are doing this, we are doing this, we are doing this. You also need to sit with the customer and hear from him. Means create activities where the customer are able to come and tell you things. Take even a small grocery store. Okay, I haven't seen any grocery store do this. But if he were to keep record and call his top 10 customers, let's say once a month, and ask them over a cup of tea and maybe some samosa, or let's talk about Yogesh, some theplas. Okay. Or talk about Nagmani, maybe some pasretto. Okay. So call them, give them a little and talk to them. What else can you do? You're already doing, therefore they are good customers. But
Right.
what more can you do? Very often, because what happens is, as a customer, I don't know what is technically possible from your end. Only you know. So if they say, I wish this was possible, and if you apply yourself to making that, then you are innovating. And you are causing a resonance, which is for long time too. So therefore, listening to the customer is an important thing that every marketing person does. In fact, this is where they say that God has given us one mouth and 2 ears. For marketing, that is absolutely essential. You must listen twice as much as you speak.
Right.
And then being creative, just you get an idea that this is very, very creative, this is very nice, is not enough. It should be creative, but relevant to the customer. If the customer realizes that it is creative, then it is creative. Otherwise, you may make the best painting in the world. Okay, all of us have at least seen the print of Mona
Right.
Lisa. Okay,
Right.
I've seen the
Right.
actual, painting as well. What is so special about that lady? She's not pretty, she's nothing. But look what the world has resonated with her.
People are saying that her eyes are moving.
Okay, yeah. So that now this is again a perception, Yogesh.
Okay.
When I like something, when I'm resonating with something,
Right.
I'll give you one more personal example.
Okay.
There is a store called Double Bull in Kolaba in Mumbai.
Okay.
Okay. Now, those were the days, a long, long time ago, when Double Bull was considered very high-end shirt brand.
Okay.
So I was called to Bombay for a conference. And then they normally, when the company calls you, they call you in such a way that you can spend a day or two and move around and see the city and all that.
Correct.
So I went to Kolaba with a sole aim that I will buy at least one Double Bull shirt.
Okay.
Which would be probably at that time, whatever my salary, it was 3/4 of my salary, 1 month salary.
Oh.
I went there, I bought it, and they gave it to me with a lot of fanfare and, proper box set, this and that, and I was carrying it. And then I went into the Kolaba normal market. Okay, where you can bargain and buy, believe me, exactly the same shirt, excepting DB written. DB used to be written here. So was there. I saw the shirt and I asked him, how much? Now I had bought this particular shirt for 500 rupees. Sorry, 750 rupees.
Okay.
This guy tells me 75 rupees for shirt.
10 times.
Yeah. So I said, no. First, my first reaction was that this might be duplicate stuff. This is not good stuff, quality. I touched and everything was the same to me. So I bargained. I told him, no, this is too high. Who's going to pay this much? So he said, how much will you pay? So I told him, no, I'll pay 35 rupees. He said, no, give 50. And I said, I'll take 2. Will you make it 35? Well, give 40 and take 2.
Okay.
Then, but I didn't buy. But after that, for a short while, I felt cheated. But since I had resonated with Double Bull brand, I tried to dismiss this as being a duplicate or bad quality stuff.
Correct.
Okay. So the creativity itself didn't work.
Correct.
Okay. So that's what is the thing.
That's it.
So why engage a customer? First is customer lifetime value. This is, I'm not sure whether we will cover it in this course, but every customer has a lifetime value. The more often he comes, it is a calculation of how much profit he can give you over a lifetime.
Okay.
This is very increasingly used in the retail market. So, and that is calculated, and now there are algorithms in place. So it can, so the counter clerks are advised that just look at the LTV, and if there is a claim or something, yes.
Sir, what is the exact word used for that particular customer customer's value?
That's what
What is
customer lifetime value.
customer lifetime value?
Can you see
Okay.
the slide on the left side? Okay, that is through the life. If he becomes a loyal customer, how much profit can he give you? This is a broad explanation.
Correct. Correct.
So, and these are now, there are systems in place which will calculate your lifetime value to a retailer.
Okay.
Okay, and in turn, the company itself, the manufacturer. So the advice given now is that if the lifetime value of the customer is going to be huge, let's say it's going to be 10,000 bucks, and he's come and says he's not happy or he's just broke, which is his fault, whatever cup or whatever you bought, the counter clerk has been advised that don't question, just change, because you want to retain him. It is quite like Nagmani, you'll have to forgive me a bit. Sometimes I like to act naughty. It is something like a girl you like, and she drops your favorite glass or something, breaks it. You get upset for a minute, but you say, if she becomes my girlfriend, this glass has no meaning. A customer or a consumer is like that.
Correct.
Okay. So when you go deeper into, I don't think it is part of this course, it is outside the scope of this course, but this is an important feature. So to keep him engaged, one is to increase the customer lifetime value. That means customer loyalty, customer should come back to us.
Right.
There is also a saying that the cost of acquiring a new customer is 10 times more than keeping an old one. This is a researched fact. It is a statistical fact. So if you can retain the old customers, your cost of marketing is 10 times less.
Okay.
Okay. Then to increase the value of company delivers to the customer. So if you get more and more customers who are loyal to you, then what happens? Now I'll tell you a story. This is what my grandmother once told me. Okay. There were two friends and they used to meet every day. They used to enjoy.
Right.
One day, one friend, you understand what's a matka, money? You understand? Matka, that pot in which you keep water. So this guy was carrying a matka and his head inside the matka. One of the friends. The other friend, who they were very close and they never used to keep secrets. So what is inside? Why aren't you showing me? Why aren't you showing it? No, this is very nice. I can't show it to you. Okay. After a while, the second friend got irritated and he pulled the matka, and then he peeped in and he also started. And like that, the whole town started doing that same matka thing. Now, at the end, when it was researched, it was found that when you put your face inside, your nose was cut. In Hindi, naak kat jana means you are insulted, right?
Correct.
You've lost your. So this is what happens to a customer, that if he loves you, then naak kat bhi gayi, so he will keep loyal to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
He will increase. And you and I have also experienced this. When we buy a thing, we go back and say we got it at a, at a very reasonable price. Whether it was
Correct.
reasonable or not is debatable.
Right.
So we need to engage the customer for both these things.
Mhm.
Okay.
Now, this is the difference between B2B is business to business and B2C is business to consumer or customer.
Okay.
So while B2B business is small, you will have very, very large customer, but maybe 10, 12, 20 at the most. In B2C, you can have millions of them.
Mm.
Okay. Features, function, education is something that the customer comes prepared with. The industry first finds out what they want, what functions are there, etc., etc. There is a lot of research. But the customer or the consumer believes in the benefits that he can get. Do you, both of you, have you listened to the FM radios?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me which is the oldest FM channel known to mankind?
Oldest FM channel.
Sir, Bina ka Geetmala?
No, that's a program. Anyway, so
Okay.
the oldest FM channel, this is an acronym. I just am trying to tell you so that you can remember this.
Okay.
It's called WIIFM. Now, what does WIIFM mean? What's in it for me? Okay, all of us, when we do things, whether we may call ourselves unselfish, but we do it only because there is something in it for me in terms of value, and the value may be money, the value may be personal satisfaction, the value may be my ego, whatever. So when a sales happens in a B2C situation, it is 90% WIIFM. In the case of B2B, the last 10% or last 20% also is WIIFM. As I just gave you the, yes.
Sir,
Yes.
can you please repeat that sentence?
In the case of business to customers selling,
Uh-huh.
90% is
Okay.
feelings, appeal, benefits.
Right.
90% is WIFM. In the B2B, it is the last 80%, last 20%
Mhm.
is still WIIFM. Remember, I told you that L1, L2, L3, and it is the user department which finally takes a call.
Okay.
Take even the purchase of Rafale. Went through all, and it was only when the Air Force says, no, this is the one that we want.
Okay.
Then forget about the price. And Modi ji went and said, sack all that, we want this in a hurry. So we paid higher.
Right.
Okay, now that's become a controversy, is a different thing, but there you are. Ultimately, it was the emotional thing of the security that Air Force felt with that particular plane is what decided the thing. Right. So it is rational, but it is, at the end, it is emotional. In the B2C, it is totally emotional. Okay. 90% is emotional, 10% you might look at कि भाई मैंने इस कार का ये feature देखा, उस कार में वो feature देखा, that's all. But ultimately you'll buy what appeals to your heart. Okay. Then
Sir,
all this, yes.
Sir, does that mean if I am into the business of B2C, and if I clear the concept that this is the value which you are getting from me, that 90%, then the chances of acquiring customer to me is higher than other expect?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Right.
If I asked you, Yogesh, name me a toothpaste. Tell me the name of a toothpaste.
Miswak.
Okay. What about Nagmani?
Colgate.
Huh? Colgate. All right. So tell me, why did you say miswak?
It is Ayurvedic product.
So
Miswak and Dabur Red. Dabur
yeah,
Red.
so you feel that Ayurvedic products are
Yes.
safer.
Yeah.
So that's something from the heart.
Yes.
That doesn't
Yes.
really have to do what is inside.
Right, sir. Correct.
Nagmani has preferred Colgate more because it has been there for sadiyon ke liye.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Our fathers, our grandfathers, everybody used it.
Correct.
And
Powder
therefore,
tell.
here
First
only you can see.
we use
Pardon?
Colgate powder.
Yeah, that's right. So that is an emotional appeal that is built.
Right.
Okay. So these are things. Now, in a B2B, the sales process is a very long one. It may take several years sometimes, at least a few months. In a B2C, you don't need all that audit and all that. You feel like it, you have the money, you pay.
Correct.
आजकल तो वो भी आसान हो गया. You can give a credit card, you can take an EMI, all that is possible.
Correct.
So that's it.
Right, sir.
So is that clear why you should understand the customer?
Right, sir. Totally.
Now we will go into what Yogesh has taught. So when you enter the market, you go to Vapi all over. You see so many people.
Correct.
Of all shapes, size, color, religion, culture, everything.
Correct.
When I go to Hyderabad, you see so many people.
Right.
From Andhra, from Telangana, from Bihar, from Gujarat. Don't you, Mani?
Correct.
Mani, I'm asking you a question.
Yes.
Okay.
Sir?
So I'm asking a question that when I come to Hyderabad, I will see so many people.
Yes,
Some
sir.
from Andhra, some from Telangana, some from Tamil Nadu, some
Yes,
from
sir.
Karnataka, some from Bihar, some from Gujarat.
All over India.
Yeah. And also abroad, foreigners also. Okay.
Yes.
Now each of us, like you come from Telangana, Yogesh, I guess you come from Gujarat.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I come from Bihar. Each one of us have a different way of looking at things.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
Now I am a senior citizen because I'm now 66. You all are at that middle age, young people. Okay. And then there are teenagers. All
Yes.
these we see in Vapi, in Hyderabad, and here in Karjat.
Right.
Now, all together, if I want to target all of them, then what am I doing? I'm diluting my effort.
Okay.
So what I will do is group them into categories. Okay. Men, people from Andhra, people from Gujarat, people from Bihar. In that, men, women. In that, teenagers, adults. Okay. In that, senior citizens.
Right.
So that is what is called segmenting. Now you can see from this diagram, this is the write-up for you to understand. See, these are all together, and I have bunched all the people in red who I can target. Can you
Slide
see?
No, sir. Slide is customer behavior.
Oh, that's why it is not shifting. No. Okay.
Segmentation.
Can you see it now? Now, can you see this?
Okay.
Diagram.
Right. Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
So these were all, let's say this was Vapi.
Right, sir.
So finally, I've collected the people who can buy my products.
Right, sir.
Or,
target audience.
Yeah, I have only collected people with similar kind of likes and dislikes.
Correct.
Basis, whatever the basis, age, income level, etc., etc.
Right,
so
sir.
This is what is known as segmentation. So this is the basis of segmentation, where it's by gender, by age, by income, by marital status, by
Yes.
the kind of occupation they have.
Yes, sir.
Then segmentation is done through psychographic means. That means the perceptual and the behavioral means, which we do outside as a social animal, and geographic. Now, let's say if I wanted to sell very heavy woolens, in Hyderabad and very light cotton in Kashmir, will it sell? Tell me, Nagmani, will it
Sir.
sell? If I want to sell uh, very heavy woolens in Hyderabad, and I want to sell very light cotton in Kashmir, will they sell?
No, sir.
Yeah.
First one
So
little bit possible, second one impossible, sir.
That's what I'm trying to say. So that is why I will segment my market by geographies. Okay. Now within the geography, there would also be cultural aspects. Okay. And all sorts of things. So here are the two. Yes, Yogesh.
Sir, how can we document this behavioral segmentation if I want to analyze the things based on behavioral aspect? So how can I go for it?
Yeah. So we will come to that. It's
Yes,
in this
sir.
lecture only.
Yes,
So
sir.
two example, Nescafe.
Hmm.
Okay, is sold in states which are colder or where there is a cultural affinity for it. For instance, in Bihar, coffee doesn't sell so much, but in South,
Right.
it would be different.
Right, sir.
Similarly, your Gujarat, that is the only place in the world where you have a vegetarian McDonald's restaurant in Ahmedabad. Okay, and in India, McDonald's had to alter their products because beef cannot be sold.
Yes, aloo tikki.
Yeah. So after that, after we have segmented, now we have to differentiate our product from the other products. There are so many, we just talked about it. So let me give you an example. Let's say on the railway station, there are two people walking and they are very well attired, suit, boot, and everything. And then come two students where they are wearing one trouser each, in which one leg of the trouser is half cut and the other is proper, and both walk across the platform. Which is the one you will remember more?
The second one, sir.
Yeah. Why? Because it's different.
Because yes, it is different and it is unusual.
Yes. So the effort to reach out to the customer is to cause that differentiation. How you are different from the other product.
Correct.
That usually springs out of innovation.
Correct.
So stand out from the crowd is what it is. That is what is differentiation.
Right, sir.
Okay. Very famous Maggie sauce, ad you can see on the YouTube. It's different.
Yes.
It's a straightforward this thing, and it hit.
Right, sir.
Maggie came years and years after Kisan.
Right.
But it immediately took charge.
Correct.
Take a simple thing like Tedha hai to mera hai.
Right.
It has got nothing to do with the product. It has
right.
nothing. The kurkure thing has got nothing to do.
Right.
But it became an instant hit because it initially touched my heart.
Correct.
Because all of us inside, if it is possible, we'd like to break a rule or two.
Correct.
थोड़ा टेढ़ा बनना है हमको सबको. So that is how you find out these inner things by talking to the customers and then communicate that way. That is the language of the customer. If you communicate, I'm not meaning Gujarati, Telugu, and anything. I'm saying that if you speak in the language which appeals to the heart of the customer, it will sell.
Right. Correct.
Yeah, it's something like when we want to get married, when we are going to see the boy or the girl, how well we dress up. We want to present ourselves as different, as something distinguished.
Correct.
Okay, so that the other party feels that this is the right person.
Correct.
That's what is marketing also.
Correct.
So again, these are all about differentiation. Then after we have differentiated and we had done the segmentation, now we know which market to take. Now, this is a known fact that all of us would like to be liked by all, but the reality is not all will like us.
Right.
You agree? There will be some people who would not like us.
Right, sir.
So if we want to still go after them, we are wasting our energy. But
Correct.
if those who like us, if we can attract them more to ourselves, then that is always going to be more profitable.
Correct.
So therefore, there are 2-3 kinds of targeting that you do. One is a mass market, one is a niche market, and things like that we will read later. So process of targeting is 2-step. First is evaluate the market, select a segment which is the most viable. Now I'll give you an example. Maruti sells 2 lakh cars a month.
Correct.
Okay. Mercedes sells only 1,000 cars a month.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at their profitability is the same.
Right.
Because they have segmented their customers and they are appealing to them only. So a Maruti customer is a cost conscious middle class customer, and therefore a tagline like kitna deti hai? What
Correct.
is the fuel economy?
Yes.
In the case of Mercedes, they will talk about luxuries. Money has no
Right.
value.
Right.
Okay. So that is first is evaluate the market, which is the segment which is best for you. And the second one is to finally find out a strategy by which you can communicate that WIIFM to them. Okay. So communicate an appropriate way the unique selling proposition that your product has.
Okay.
So it is something that you may not appeal to you. Like all of us, I may like a particular actor, you may like another. And both of us like the actor so much that we may even have a argument on it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But both of us are sold. I mean, particularly in South, you have so many fan clubs.
Right.
So that kind of stuff. So this is how it is done. What is the size of the segment? These are the steps to be taken. So these are not the only questions. You depends on the kind of industry, on the kind of business that you want to do. The questions can be more or less. Okay, so there are targeting strategies are 3. One is an undifferentiated, a mass market for everyone, which is what used to be the popular thing that sab ke liye, this product is for everybody. The problem with those kind of products is it is very, very low margin. And therefore, even a slight change can upset the profitability of the company. Then there is a differentiated market where you can you have laptops, mobiles, etc.
Right.
Then you have Then you have concentrated or a niche market. Okay, concentrated or niche market is you select a particular kind of niche and do it only. Take, for example, McDonald's. They don't have a variety of products in their stores. Basically, French fries and burgers. Okay. But if you go to a restaurant, you'll have Mughlai, you have Chinese, you have European, and all sorts of things.
Right.
So they have caused a niche, and their unique selling proposition is that when you're hungry, then you don't want to waste, and they give it to you in 2 minutes.
Right.
So because of that limited menu, they are in a position to keep everything ready and serve it to you in 2 minutes. That is the WIIFM.
Right.
That I am very hungry, I want it now, or I am in a hurry, but I have to eat my lunch. Okay. But if you go to a restaurant and if you order, then 10-15 minutes, so you have to wait.
Correct.
Okay. So then people create that niche. And in each of our cities, we will find this, the snack wala, the vada pav walas, the idli walas, who just have one menu, and they sell like crazy.
Correct.
Okay. Then there is micro market. This is where you are so good, but you are not big. You become very good and you can only sell in a limited area because you are a small person. Small businesses usually do that. Now, I'll give you an example from my hometown, Patna. Quality and Mother's Dairy and all these are big brands in ice cream. Okay, Manik Chand, whatever that Gujarat, this thing. All have tried to enter Patna, but there is a small manufacturer by the brand name Golden. It is still the number one.
Okay.
The reason is, firstly, it has an emotional connect with the Patnawalas.
Right.
Okay. Secondly, it has been able to constantly monitor. Okay. Thirdly, they don't have transportation problem where the quality of the ice cream can suffer. So it is still the number one. So that is a micro market. So these are the 4 strategies for. Okay. Then you position, which is what? What is positioning? In marketing terms, positioning is occupying a space in the mind of a customer.
Establishing yourself?
Yeah, establishing positioning in the mind.
Okay.
In the perception of a customer.
Okay.
So, and that's where all the communication things happen. Now, here again, I'll give you the example of, you've seen advertisements of so many mobile phones.
Right.
Right. They will all say Snapdragon chip and I don't know, all sort, Qualcomm camera or something like that. Okay, all the technical stuff.
Right.
But look at the advertisement of iPhone. It doesn't talk of any of these technical stuff. It only talks about an experience. Okay. Now, here is where I'm saying that people do not buy products, they buy experiences. And therefore, iPhone is in a position to sell at 1 lakh something versus 16,000 of the other phones with the same facilities. Okay, here are the 2 examples that are given. And so therefore, yes.
So some people may buy iPhone because of its brand image. If I am using iPhone, then I will show it to my friends and other colleagues that I am using so and so.
That is also a resonance, na?
Right.
You see, what do their ads say?
Right.
Their ads say that I don't care about technology, I don't care about anything. I can do this in style.
Right.
And therefore it upgrades me. That is my emotional feeling, na?
Right. Right. Suppose, sir, another example we can take from Parker pen. Parker pen is a minimum amount is 100 rupees.
Correct.
So if it is available in 10 rupees, then it will probably lose its market.
Yes, you're very right. Now, one example, both of you are old enough to remember Daewoo Motors. Daewoo Motors, okay, the cars were Cielo and Metis.
Okay.
When they came out, when Cielo came out, Cielo was a more expensive car than Maruti's Esteem.
Okay.
Okay. And it was considered at those days the luxury car in India.
Right.
But it did not pick up that much.
Right.
So one fine day, Daewoo said, okay, we'll reduce the price by 1 lakh rupees.
Okay.
So suppose they were selling 100 cars. After they brought down the price by 1 lakh rupees, one would have expected that this price would go up by, this volume will go up at least twice, right, or something like that. It didn't happen. It halved.
Oh, okay.
Why? Because like you said, one of the things of owning a CLO was being in that luxury segment.
Right.
Okay. So if it has come down, the new people said that, look, now it is no more luxury. Anybody can buy it.
Right.
And those people who had bought it, their value of their car came down by 1 lakh of rupees.
Correct.
So the customer felt cheated. And therefore the WIIFM was not addressed.
Correct.
You understand? So what you are saying is correct.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with reducing prices, but that is the last resort that any marketing person should take.
Right, sir.
One is
So,
this reason. The other reason is what is in the rule book to say that your competitor cannot reduce price and more.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
Yeah, you were asking something, Yogesh?
No, sir. When Nano was launched, Nano car
Hmm.
was launched, it was told that it is a Laktakia car.
Yes,
So eventually, later that car manufacturing is stopped now
yes.
because
No,
of
they are coming back.
they are coming back.
They
Okay.
will come back. Yeah.
Mhm,
Hmm. But it is popularly said because people, this price was the reason that people didn't buy. That is not correct.
okay.
Okay, because
No,
that
the
was
promotion was done like that. It is a मतलब ये आम लोगों की कार है.
exactly.
बड़े लोग. Yes.
So, and it was pegged against that instead of a high-end two-wheeler, get into a four-wheeler. That is what they wanted to do. Problem happened
Correct. Correct.
is, one of the things when we buy is trust. And Tata as a
Correct.
group is the most trusted of all the group. I mean, if you see the top 10 business houses 20 years ago and now, there's only one surviving, and that's Tata's.
Correct.
The others are all lost. But
Correct.
this was the first time where the trust was hit,
Mhm,
because they said it is a lakh takia car, so you will get it for a lakh. But when you went to buy,
mhm,
they said you have to pay for transportation so much,
mhm,
pay for this so much, pay for that, and it was no
mhm.
more a lakh takia.
Right.
So the customer felt cheated.
Correct.
Okay, so bad was it that Tata Motors suffered until this year,
Okay.
and it had started affecting the other Tata companies to the point that is why they stopped producing Nano, and they
Okay.
will be relaunching it, but this time they are not going to make that mistake.
Okay.
You understand?
All right.
One of the most important thing in marketing is never lie
Correct.
and never give a false impression. Walk the talk.
Yes.
Okay, so this is what positioning is all about. Now, how, that is the question that Yogesh, I will take a little extra time today.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
No issues.
the way to know about what the customer wants or whether the customer is happy or not is by going into the market and conducting market research.
Okay.
Okay, so first thing that it does, it helps you administratively how much raw material you must buy, how much this, all those kind of stuff. What is the manpower need that you must have? What is the kind of machinery that comes out of understanding how big the market is for your product,
Correct.
right? So that is required from the market research point of view. Then socially, it helps by you understanding what is the lifestyle, what is the prominent thing happening in that market which you want to enter or in which you are. How is the lifestyle changing? 20 years ago, the mindset for us was different. You if you sit back and think, there are many things 20 years ago you would not accept, but you are accepting now.
Correct.
Then the economic factor, again, to know what is the income level. Now, if I were to come to Gujarat, Vapi, or go to Telangana, and then go to Bihar, the income levels are different.
Correct.
So I will not be able to sell what I can sell in Gujarat or Telangana versus what I need to do there.
Correct.
So as a marketer, then I will have to choose which is the segment I want to enter.
Correct.
So these are the first three things. And these are the very same things that you will have to continuously do to understand the changes that are happening.
Okay.
Okay. So if you are doing the same very thing, then as the tastes are changing, you will come to know much in advance.
Correct.
Much in advance that this is the new trend. And this is how fashion industry works. That is the latest. They are able to predict that this year in winter, this is the kind of colors that will be taken. This is the kind of dress material that will be required and all that.
Correct.
Okay. So that is it. Even automobile manufacturers, the shape of mobile phones, the color schemes, all that keeps on changing. So, and this is a very primary task of the marketing department to constantly monitor and sense the change. Okay, so I'm coming to that also now. So this is again some of the things that are done, and we will tell you how marketing research can be done in the next one. So any questions on this?
Sir, according to you, how frequently we should do market research,
Uh,
or it's a constant process?
it's both. You see,
Both.
there are two aspects to market research. One
Mhm.
is the quantitative research, where you get the numbers.
Okay.
Okay, so many people became rich, so many people became poor. These are the employment factors. These are numbers.
Right.
This you can do periodically, once in 6 months, once in a year. But the
Okay.
changing taste is an ongoing process.
Okay.
Okay, so you need to constantly go around talking and then find common factors.
Correct.
This is what we are going to discuss in next lecture.
Right,
Those are
sir.
called qualitative research.
Right, sir.
Okay, like I told you in the case of Reva, I researched. So initially I got maybe a list of 1,000. And then when I started comparing, I found that 80%, 90% of the women talked about these 20.
Correct.
Okay, because as individuals, each one of us will have some difference. That is why you are you and I'm I.
Right.
I cannot, cater to everyone. So what will I do? I will see what is common to you, to Nagmani, and to me,
Right.
and then try to serve that. Then I'm sure that I'm catering to you,
Right, sir.
catering to all of us. So that's how it is done, and it is to be done on a constant basis. In good consumer, what's the kind of company you're working in, or what's your business, Yogesh?
Sir, I'm into financial planning. I'm a certified financial planner.
Okay,
I have
so
done my MBA in finance too.
yeah, so now when you are segmenting your market, there will be middle income group, there will be HNIs, and there will be
Yes, yes. Yes, sir.
your appeal to each one of them, the WIIFM that you have to serve.
Right,
So
sir.
you will not be suggesting the same product to an HNI as compared to a middle class person,
Correct, sir. Correct.
right?
Right.
And then you are sensing that, okay, this product has a better chance because now the income levels have become, or the way people are thinking has become like that. So you keep altering.
Right, sir.
At all particular possible time, you are studying.
Right, sir.
Now, if you were to get those people, and if you were in a position to give advice to your companies, whichever you are dealing with, then all you need to do is get the cream, top
Correct.
HNIs on one side, and say, "Okay, what else do you think should be there? Okay, and why should it be there?"
Right.
Similarly, get the middle class people, again the same thing. And if you have a poor segment, then get them also, and again. And you are able to recommend to your company that these are the things that are required.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, since you are trained, you also know the rules and regulations, so you know the boundaries within which what can be created.
Correct.
So customer is not able to say, customer is just looking at the product and buying.
Correct.
So that's what. So this is what it is for now. Again,
Yes,
I'll
sir.
put this up, and these are the remaining things. So marketing research, now the method we will talk about, then
Right,
we'll
sir.
come to product brand, which is what I just briefly touched upon.
Right, sir.
So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
I
much.
wish the others were also there, but I'll put this also by tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Okay.
sir. Thank you.
And please, my request is, okay, now the next class, can we have it on Friday?
Done, sir. No issues, sir.
Friday time, sir. At
Same
what
time, same time.
I'll tell sir, because that day JEE mains exam is there for my daughter. Evening session she got 3 to 6.
So
I
7:30, I'm saying.
I can reach home by 7:30. If I able to reach, I'll join, sir. If late also I will join, sir. I will try to join late also. I'll join, sir.
Okay. So 7:30 we'll keep on Friday.
My home, it will take minimum 1.5 hours to reach home.
I know Hyderabad. I know Hyderabad. So where are you in? What Palli?
Sir?
Which area are you in?
JNTU, sir.
Acha, JNTU. Okay. So in any case, what I'm saying is that we will do it on Friday.
Friday, 3 to 6, she has exam, sir.
No, 7:30 evening.
7:30, if I am able to reach, I will join in correct time, sir. If I am late, I will join, sir.
Okay, fine. And Yogesh, you are okay with Friday?
Yes, sir. I don't have any issues.
Okay, Friday, then Saturday, Sunday, we'll give it a break. Then Monday again, we will have.
Done,
okay,
sir.
sir.
So Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Done, sir.
Okay,
Done.
and maybe 1.5 hours each. It's
Yes,
not
sir.
too boring. I hope I was not boring today.
No, sir. Very
No,
informative.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
informative.
Yeah.
Very informative. After
Sir,
a long time, we are enjoying at least online.
Okay.
Online
No, I liked the way Yogesh, that is what encourages me. Thank you so
sir.
much.
Sir, another issue is I am not I am not very much fluent in English. I have completed.
So now the problem is Nagmani.
No, I'm also same because
No,
my
but
work
can you
is
understand
Hindi.
Hindi?
Yeah.
Can you understand Hindi?
Yeah, yes, sir. I can
Oh,
understand.
then
Hindi.
all right. Then next time I will mix English and Hindi
No,
because management education is mostly in
Me too.
English.
I didn't
But
get
I will
that.
try and mix up both. I'll
Yes,
try
sir.
and mix
Yes.
up both.
Yes, sir.
Means,
Yes, sir.
I was trying to
Hindi
stick
okay,
more
but
to
not
English because of Nagmani only. She's the only lady we have, so we must salute to her first.
sir,
Yes, sir.
हिंदी అంటే complete fluent हिंदी नहीं आता मुझे. Okay, I can manage.
Chalo,
If
so
I
what?
get any doubt, I'll ask you in English, sir.
Yes, okay. All right then.
Thank you,
All
sir.
the
Thank you
best.
so much. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.